Welcome into the era of AI. Hello and welcome. What if I told you that now we no longer need to use the combination of DID 11 labs to create a video or even Victory AI if you don't want to do it? What if I told you that inside of CapCut there is a feature that assembles them all, and once I've discovered it, I knew I discovered something really great. Now, of course, this feature has been out there for quite some time, but there's not a lot of people that would show you how to use it quite as well as I'm going to teach you. And so without further ado, let's jump right into it, shall we? So here I am inside of CapCut. I would like you to start a new project. By the way, I have a CapCut Pro account. And even if you have a CapCut free account, you'll be able to use the AI characters inside of CapCut. Only you'll be limited to the amount of AI characters you can use, as well as the amount of voices you can use. But you will be able to use AI characters, okay? So don't worry about it. So now what I'm going to do is simply, we need to write a script for a video. So if we want to create a video, we need a script. For that, I'm going to go to ChatGPT, and let's say you have a faceless YouTube channel, and it talks about a topic. Let's talk about a topic. Okay, fun fact about the Roman Empire. That sounds like a pretty good topic. So I'm going to click here. ChatGPT is going to give me a fun fact about the Roman Empire. And after that, I'm going to turn that fun fact into a video. Okay, assuming you have a YouTube channel like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I want to create a short video about this fun fact. Hear me out. Hear me out. And I'm going to say, now write the voiceover, okay, the voiceover for 45 seconds, okay, as well as describe for each 5 seconds what scene should we use. And I'm going to say describe the scene in as brief words as possible. Keep it ultra short. Now, you can pause and write this, okay? Because this is important. Now, once we do this, all I need is to click enter, in which case it's going to proceed. And so as you can see, it's writing the voiceover script. For each of the seconds, it's basically giving me descriptions. Now, there is a tool that we will use, which is called Leonardo AI. So I would like to go to Leonardo AI or Leonardo.ai. And this tool is pretty much like Midjourney, except for it's getting better and better than Midjourney over time. Now, I'm going to click Launch App. The software is capable of image generation, it's capable of social media posts, creation, ads, anything you can imagine. And it's also capable of creating motion, which is videos. It's 4-second motions, but we can slow it down, make it an 8-second motion. If we take it to CapCut, for example, and split this or divide the speed by 2. Now, here inside of this tool, I want you to click the image generation feature, just so we can prepare the foundations to work. And like I said, you can see here that it's capable of this, right? So it's capable of creating posts with text in them, specifically the Leonardo Phoenix model, which we will not be touching upon. So we're only going to be using the legacy mode. If you want access to the legacy mode, you need to switch this on. This tab, right, or this particular button, switch it. Also, preferably, you need to use the Leonardo photoreal model, which I am using. And it's okay if you don't have photoreal. I can switch it, you know, and you can use from these models that they have right here. The good thing about Leonardo, and I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but they give you access to 150 credits for free, or tokens, which means that you can generate a couple of images for free. Now, here inside of Leonardo, I'm going to set it to 2 images at a time so that I can generate 2 images at a time, and that basically lowers the amount of tokens that I consume. And so I'm going to scroll down here. Instead of 16 by 9 inches, I'm going to switch to a 9 by 16 inches, which is here. And now whatever image I generate is going to be generated as an image, right? Which is a phone size image, or TikTok short, YouTube short, Instagram reel size image. So now what we need to do is to go and put these images or generate these images. So what do we have? Animation of the Roman Empire map highlighting key cities. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this short description right into this area here. And all I need is to paste it in. And of course, I can click generate. And the more images you generate at a time, because you can generate up to 8 images at a time, if you do that, you'll be consuming more credits. Now, from 5 to 10 seconds, I would like to go and turn this into an image as well. And so I'd like to go and paste this image right over here and hit generate. And also, we're going to have to do the same thing for couriers riding horses through Roman roads. Okay, let us do this. And all I need right now is, again, go back, paste this in. Okay, it's quite frustrating sometimes because when it's generating a lot of images, it gets quite slow. But I'm going to paste my text anyways and hit generate. So in order, right, to proceed, we need to keep doing this. Okay, so we need to generate all of these images, or you can simply find scenes relative to those images on either canva.com. If you have Canva Pro, you have access to a lot of video assets, or in case you don't have access to Canva Pro, let's say you have access to other websites like Pexels or Pixabay, they also contain a lot of assets which you can use. So in my case, I prefer to create my own stuff. For one reason, to avoid any copyright infringements, and for another reason is because it looks original, it looks special. Okay, so we're near, and I'd like you to do this. Okay, do exactly what I'm doing so that you can learn. Okay, I want you to learn. Now I'm going to copy the bird's eye view. Okay, these are decent scenes. I paste this scene here as well and hit the generate button. And of course, we have the Roman official receiving a scroll and reading it. And I'd like to go ahead and basically paste this in here. And as far as if you're wondering how can we turn the voiceover into a speech, we can do it inside of CapCut. Just give me some time. Let's take it step by step. Now here, illustration of the cursus publicus network across the empire. Well, I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to add the keyword Roman Empire right at the end. Roman. There's empire. I'm going to add Roman to it, just so Leonardo can have a hint that we're talking about the Roman Empire. Okay, so I need to write that in here instead of just empire. I'm going to say Roman Empire and click the generate button. And now we have one last one, closing animation, Roman innovation, the cursus publica. Well, okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to copy the Roman innovation and paste it here. So it's going to generate a image about Roman innovation, presumably. Now let's paste that there and click generate. So now we're done with images. We'll come to them later. Now I'm going to go to ChatGPT for a second, scroll up, and we have a text. Now this text is pretty small, which means we can generate a video with this, but I see that this text is not going to make a 45-second video. But anyways, we can still use it, you know? So I'm going to copy this text right here. All right, let's just wait a second. And then I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. And here, you can click this text area, or not to ChatGPT, to CapCut. Click this text area and drag a text. Of course, you have to go inside. So click inside, and we can drag a piece of text right here. So I'm going to drag the default text. It's an empty text placeholder, so it doesn't have any text, but we're going to fill it with text. And so once dragging that over there, what I want you to do is exactly what I'm about to do. In this area, you can place some text. So delete the previous text, place the new text. And then I want you to come right here at AI characters. By the way, they might actually not let us generate the entire scene. They might ask us to cut the text in half because the AI character will not be able to generate all this much. That's why it's a good practice to maybe split your text into two. Do the job for the first part, and then you can do the job for the second part. Now, here, when I clicked AI characters, notice that I am inside of a place where there's AI characters as well as mini voices that we can select from. So if you select an AI character alone, then you're going to use that AI character with his original voice. But if you select a AI character with a voice, of course, you can scroll down and you'll find plenty of voices upon which if you click, they will apply to that AI character, overriding his original or her original voice. So here, as you can see, I still can't see anything because it's not showing me the AI characters. But if you scroll enough, you'll see the AI characters being displayed. Now, these are generally made for TikTok, so usually people on TikTok, what do they share? They share videos of themselves dancing or videos in the gym or some kind of stuff like that. So generally they created models to fit that job. In our case right now, what are we creating? Creating a fact about the Roman Empire. So it's okay if we choose any character, to be honest. So I'm going to choose this character here called Maya, and she's basically walking. So you can notice it says Maya walking. So pay careful attention to that. If you select Maya holding the phone, it would look like she's holding the phone, which is really good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose Maya walking because this is a historical video. So I want people to feel that we are taking them into a journey, that we're kind of taking them into a journey. So once you choose the character, you can either click add from here, which is directly going to go and create a speech based on the text you have provided, which it was done. Okay, so they did it. Or you can select the character and you can scroll down. Well, actually, I can't now because I've already selected the character. But if you want to change the character's voice, okay, you will need to click here and go to the character settings. Right here, there's these character settings. And here in appearance, you can go to voice and you can basically select a different voice, if I remember correctly. Okay, let's let it load. Yeah, like I said. Now, yeah, you can select a different voice from here. All right, as you can see, there's plenty of voices. You can even sound like a werewolf if that's what you want to sound like. So if you want to sound like anything, you can sound like anything here. So here, I'm not going to be selecting a voice because my character already has a voice. It was pre-programmed. So what I'm going to do is now I can get rid of my text. It turned out that the video is only 26 seconds. Like I said, it's not going to turn out to be 45 because the text was not that big. Even though I asked ChatGPT to make it 45 seconds, but I know that to be not the case. So it's always going to make it less because ChatGPT is not a human, right? And even if it was, there is no human that could tell you this text can be said in 45 seconds because some people might say it slowly like this. Some people talk slow, some people talk fast, some people talk in the middle. So you can never predict. So don't blame it on ChatGPT. Now, in this case, what I'm going to be doing is we have the scene. I'm going to keep it exactly where it is, but I'm going to right-click on the scene, extract the audio out of it. So this is the audio now. Now I'm going to click on that audio. We need to give it a treatment. So I'm going to use a pro feature, okay? You don't have to use this pro feature, but it's called Enhance Voice. And what it does, it basically enhances the voice. That's what it does. So it makes the voice better, okay? And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wait for it until it's enhanced at 100%. You can see it's now at about 60.2, 60, right? Okay, now it's 100. And now I'm going to go and increase the volume to make it a little bit louder, 9.2 decibels over. And now I want you to click on the aspect ratio right over here and switch this to 9:16 to make it a TikTok video. Also, what I might do is actually maybe clicking on the character and pushing a little bit down, because we want to focus a little bit more on what happens behind the screen. And or you can even change the character's position to any position, but I'm going to keep her in the middle. And I want to give you a glimpse of what this looks like. So this is the character. Let's watch.
Did you know the Roman Empire had one of the earliest postal systems? It was called the Cursus Publicus, established by Emperor Augustus. This system used relay stations with fresh horses and couriers to quickly deliver messages across the vast empire. It was highly efficient, allowing the government to maintain control and communication over long distances. The Cursus Publicus is a fascinating example of how advanced the Romans were in organizing their vast empire.
And it looks really, really realistic. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the needle right at the, okay. I'm going to zoom out actually, because that was quite torturous. And I'm going to move it here. Now let's go back to Leonardo AI. We have our images, we have created them. So all we need right now is to use them. Okay. So I'm going to scroll down and start from the first image I created, which is a map. Now here is the thing. You can also take images and transform them into a video by clicking motion or generate motion. And you can generate a motion and you can choose the motion strength. I would advise you to keep it at 4, because the more you move it to 10, the more it's going to be aggressive. And what's going to happen is going to really destroy the quality. Okay. Now, I'm going to keep it at 4, but I'm not going to generate a motion. I'm just going to use images because we have a very short script. Now, I'm going to download this image first. Then let's move up. Here we have this image, so let's download it. Let's move up. We have this image here, so let's go and download it. Let's scroll up, and we have this image. I'm going to use this one. Actually, I'm going to use this because this one doesn't really look like anything. It looks like there's horses on the side when they should be in the front. And here, what do we have? Courier handing a scroll, another relay station. Yeah, I'm not sure if this was in the Roman Empire. Courier. Okay, let me go back for a second. All right. Bird's eye. Okay, maintain. Fresh horses. Okay, so they were, they used to send horses. So I'm going to actually have to generate a different scene. But before we generate different scenes, we need to use the scenes that we have first in order not to get mixed up. So I'm going to go back to CapCut. I want you to click import. Click again on import. And then follow what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to downloads here. And I would like to select everything. Click open. There you have it. They're going to open. And they're not in a particular order, which is why you have to select one by one. So I'm going to drag this first one here. I'm going to go back for the second image here. And I'm going to go back for the third image. Go back for the fourth image. And to be completely honest, we don't necessarily have to go and generate the other images because we have enough images as it is. Now, we don't necessarily want to make it perfect. So I'm going to download these 2 images, but I could have created a different image. Instead of, showing cars like this, we can show horses traveling, but let's move. Now here, you can see that we have some interesting images here. This one is good. And we have this one. So let's go back into CapCut. I'm going to click import again. And I would like to import the last images which I have downloaded, which are basically 3 images, and open. Okay, perfect. So now we have basically put the images. Now I'm going to drag this one first, right here, then this one right here, then this one right at the end. Now here's the thing. You can see the images are quite big, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to select all the images, and I'm going to have to play with them a bit like this. Now you can see that maybe like this is good. Let me just reduce it slightly more. And finally, now it fits. And now I can move to the end and zoom in. But I think this one needs to be a little bit bigger to fit. And that's it. Now we have a character, she's speaking, and behind her there is a background. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to basically add more effects. So I'm going to go to the beginning. I want you to go to adjustment. And I want you to drag a custom adjustment. It's called custom adjustment. If you only want to apply the custom adjustment on the scenes themselves, you're welcome to do so. Okay? So we can basically take the character, move her to the top, above the custom adjustment, which right now what it's going to do is going to only apply the adjustment on the character, on the scenes below. I'm going to move the adjustment to cover everything. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit with the temperature, with the tint, the saturation, and scroll down. We're going to play with the exposure, the contrast, the highlights, the shadows, the whites, and the black colors, the brilliance, and also the sharpening. And we're going to also play with the clarity, and we're going to play with the vignette. We can even add a vignette like this. And that doesn't affect the character. As far as the character is concerned, we can click on the character by itself, and we can go to the retouch area here. We can edit the character alone. So I'm going to enable the retouch, allow, and I'm going to basically go and edit this. So this is a single person. I'm going to even the face. I'm going to smoothen. And I'm going to edit the person a little bit so that I can make it, let's just say, a perfect design. As you can see, so smile lines, bright eye, dark circles, brighten, white teeth. And let me scroll down to see if there are some other effects. Yeah, there's actually not many more. As far as the makeup is concerned, you can also click on makeup and you can apply a specific makeup, like some eyelashes. Okay, so we can apply some eyelashes. I think I'm going to go with the regular makeup that we have here. We have the croquette makeup, the soft glam. All right, let's go with this one. Once you click, it will basically apply it. And let's see. Yeah, it was applied. And as far as the rest of the elements, I don't think that we need to do anything else. Now, we've applied makeup. You can see that now she has makeup. And now let's zoom out for a second. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. And here's what I'm going to do. We need to go to some filter effects. And here we have some interesting filters, which I'm not going to apply to the character. I'm only going to apply to the back. Now, I would like to enhance the scenes. We have this enhance filter. Well, why not apply it all over? I think I'm going to apply it all over. Let's drag it first and see how it looks. I don't think so. I think this effect is not really cool. Doesn't do anything. Now, let's see. Focus. Okay, the filters, there's plenty of them. There's movies. Let me click on the movies filter, for instance. Let's see if I can find something interesting. All right, we have some interesting movie filters. Probably going to go with this, but I'm only going to drag it here in between. I don't want to apply it to the character, to my character. And of course, I would like to reduce its intensity. Now let's actually zoom in and you can see it looks good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to captions and I'd like to apply a caption. So I'm going to generate the captions. They're automatic captions. Now while that's being generated right there, let's go ahead and create our own music, shall we? So there's Microsoft Copilot. There's a tool called Microsoft Copilot, which you can use for free, and it can generate your own music. So how about we generate music about the Roman Empire? So I think I need to sign in. Let me sign in. And here you can see I'm in Microsoft Copilot. They have a tool called Suno. And Suno, if you go to plugins from this side, scroll down and make sure it is activated. It is not, so I'm going to have to activate it. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to basically ask it, generate a 1-minute music without words about the Roman Empire, and hit generate. So usually what this tool does is it basically goes and takes in the command. It's using Suno right here, and it's going to generate a small piece of music. Well, hopefully it does. Because sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, in this case it didn't. Yeah, it did. Sorry. So it did generate a piece of music, and as you can see, it's quite small. Cities in the Sun, Marble City, da 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 da. I'm not sure I'm gonna like this, but let's just wait and see. It's a song with lyrics, so we have to play it in the background. We have to make sure we reduce its volume considerably before we can use it, but it's a sound nonetheless. Now, let's listen to this. Actually, I don't think so. On second thought, well, we tried it. Let's go to Google and let's look for Roman Empire Pixabay music. And Pixabay is a website known for stock videos, stock images, stock everything, and copyright free for the most part. Read their terms at the same time to make sure that you protect yourself. Now we have the Roman army, cinematic, and green and Greek and Roman. Let's click this one. Not bad. Now let me download this one and let's use this piece of music. Going back to CapCut, here we have the captions. Now we want to turn the captions, make them better. So I'm going to go to templates here and we can choose from many templates that they have here in CapCut. They have a lot of templates. So I'll go ahead and basically use one of the templates that are pretty cool. And there's a lot of pretty cool templates. For example, this one. So if I click on this template here, it will basically apply to all the captions that we have, making our caption look really good. On second thought, this character of ours needs to be bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow the character bigger, move her slightly to the top, so that we can basically take the captions and place them in the center. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Now let me see. Let's go full screen. Yeah, that looks good. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the needle here and I'm going to select all of the captions all at once. And I'm going to drag the captions right over here to the center of the screen. And you can see the captions are in the center. Perfect. Now let's go to the beginning and go to import. And I want you to click import, the import button. And let's basically import the piece of music, the cinematic piece of music. So I'm going to double click. There it is. And all I need to do right now is to drag and drop this. So I'm going to drag and drop the piece of music, move the needle to the end, click on this piece of music, crop it to remove the excess. And then now let's click on this piece of music and basically reduce the volume considerably so that we can listen to the video more. Now you can see that the video has now been created and we can go to effects. We can apply a special effect or we could just be content of applying an opening effect. This is only a 20-second video, so 26 seconds. So let's not overdo things. So here we have a lot of effects. I want to apply an opening effect such as this. This one looks pretty good. I'm going to basically drag this effect right here. And since this is pretty small scene, I would like to reduce the effect's length to not take that much space. And then I can zoom now inside. And now we can basically watch this.
Did you know the Roman Empire had one of the earliest...
But before we watch, we need to render the video so that we can watch it with freedom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click export right here on that particular area. And here you can export this. So I'm going to click 60 FPS per second, and let's just say facts about the Roman Empire. And then I can just click export. There you go. And as you can see right now, it is being exported. And all I need to do right now is to wait a couple of seconds. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next lecture in which we're going to see and preview our video.